got a couple of follow-up questions.
Okay.
First of all, did you really say yes on number 7? You think the post office proceeded in a professional manner?
Yes.
I've got I can provide y'all with a direct quote made by Joseph Breckman. He said that not any post offices in the Huntsville area were even under consideration for closure.
Okay.
Now he said that while the things were being printed for the closure. So maybe you think the whole post office as a whole has behaved professionally, but do you approve of misleading the media?
No, I don't approve of that. So,
do you not think that quote was that left through? Because we asked you if you thought the Ryland Post Office was in the Huntsville area, and you said yes.
Yes.
And I mean, we've got a direct quote. While the survey process was going on,
okay,
Joe Breckenridge said that no post offices in the Huntsville area are even being considered. So don't you think y'all were even considering to be doing the 2-week window survey?
Well, I'll say this much, and I don't know Joseph Breckenridge's quote, but I said from the beginning, every facility, every single one is being considered.
Oh, I know what you said.
Yeah,
I heard what you said, and I don't disagree with what you said. I agree with the comment you made to the press. The problem is that I know what the regulations are,
okay,
and you know I know.
I know.
And what I'm saying is we're told we're not even supposed to talk to the press if we can get one of the professional trained press liaisons to talk to the press, which is what he is.
Okay.
And
unless he's not available, then Viola would handle it.
Right, but what I'm saying is he gave a quote that was absolutely not true to the Huntsville Times, which absolutely damaged our ability to, I guess, gain momentum. Just like the storm that occurred turned this from a crowd of 300 people to what you're looking at here. Instead of you getting 1,640 signatures from us, you'd probably got 3,000. Because we had people that we were recruiting into our process, and they said, "You're crazy." It says in the Huntsville Times that it's not going to be closed. So I guess my question is, you don't think that is hampering the customers of the Ryland Post Office receiving due process?
I don't know the specifics of what Joe Breckenridge said versus what was printed in the Huntsville Times. Okay. So the question is, do I think we follow what was the question?
I guess what I'm saying is, let's swap positions for a minute. Let's say Reginald is a customer at the Ryland Post Office, and Doug is a postal official. And would you maybe look at me and say, due to the misinformation that's being put out by your spokesperson, I feel like my due process is being violated? How would you respond?
Well, I would say if there was a miscommunication as a customer, I would say the Postal Service said something that was, I don't know what was printed in the Huntsville Times.
Okay,
so
well, I'll make sure that you have it.
I can't answer to that. And even if it was printed in the Huntsville Times, I would have to know what Joseph said. So I can't debate that. But as far as the process is concerned, we follow the process.
And the other thing I would like to follow up on is, you've referred a few times to the fact that I guess, Ryland Post Office is kind of low-hanging fruit because it doesn't have any routes and it doesn't have a postmaster. I mean, that's not your exact words, but
okay.
You'll go with it, right?
I'll go with the fact that it's vacant and it's
right.
The feasibility to consolidate, yes.
But isn't it true that the post office intentionally kept the Ryland Post Office vacant for 3 years by refusing to post any office jobs?
There has been a freeze on filling the postmaster.
So what I'm saying is, we've actually had people that would like to be the postmaster of Ryland, but they've not allowed them to put in for that job. So the Ryland Post Office has been without a postmaster for 3 years.
That is true.
Through no fault of the Ryland community or through no fault of any of the Title 39 or anything we're looking at. It was a management decision that said, we're going to freeze these jobs and we're not going to allow Ryland to have a post office. So in other words, if it wasn't for that decision, we might not be sitting here today because we have a postmaster?
It is possible, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up. Thank you.
Maybe we need to add, Judge, let me just add also, is that the freeze was just not for the Ryland office.
I wasn't indicating that. I think they froze everything below
I don't
11.
want the community to think that
No, it was statewide. They froze every office below 18, I believe. I think they froze everything below that, maybe a 16, but I know they didn't do anything size of Ryland. 16 below.
I just didn't want them to think.
Okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to give that impression. I was just saying, it's not, as a customer of the Ryland Post Office, it's not like our postmaster just retired and y'all are doing a feasibility study, because I know that's one of the reasons why you can't.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, I want to make it clear that it was a management decision on the part of the post office to keep the Ryland Post Office vacant.
Yes.
And I'm not even saying that it was local. I don't think that decision was made in Birmingham. I just know it was management.
They're all frozen. They're not, all of those postmaster jobs are not opening until June. Is June? Season of Arm? Okay, so.
And I don't want to take up too much time, but while I've got you, how's that working out for you on the Meridianville Hazel Green thing?
The who?
The Meridianville Hazel Green thing. How's that working out for you? How much money are you saving?
Meridianville?
Meridianville. You took all the carriers out of Meridianville and moved it to Hazel Green. Yeah, you did it, and the only way you can possibly save any money is if you turn around and shut down the Meridianville Post Office, because you're still paying the postmaster to be overloaded, and you're paying extra transportation because you haven't got the sortation worked out. I'm pretty sure that's why you knocked off. You were going to move the ones in Paint Rock over to Gurley and stop because you're having such a disaster with the 3 that you've moved already. And I'm just wondering, is the plan that you're going to close Meridianville?
Well, we could talk, you and I could talk about Meridianville if you like. That's not part of this meeting. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, but I guess the way that it becomes
part of it
relevant to this is the same people that's making this decision are the ones that made that decision, which is obviously a terrible decision because it's costing you more money. I know that you're spending a ton of money in transportation. The box section's up late every day. You probably, if there's an EXFC test, you're going to fail terribly on reading the box section.
Okay.
And the same people are making the decisions. That's why it's relevant. I mean, the same people that are going, hey, I'm going to send it to DC that we close Ryland, are the same people who think it's a good idea to move the routes out of Meridianville but not close the post office. So we're spending more money to have a less efficient system.
Okay.
That was why.
Okay.
Thanks, Evan.
I've got a serious question. Are you the manager of the meeting that we're talking about?
I am not.
I'm sorry, the chair of the meeting.
No, I'm not the chair.
Okay, how many people are on that meeting that we're talking about, the leadership meeting?
You have, let's see, marketing, which is myself, finance, ops support, post office operations, human resources. So, us in the subordinate departments. You know.
You're drawing from other sources that y'all are.
Yes. Yes, sir.
For me,
Yes, sir.
is there a maintenance problem or a lease problem with the Ryland Post Office?
Is there
Are you having problems with that?
a
Or
lease or maintenance?
is this one of the considerations for closure? Is it a maintenance problem or a lease problem?
No, that's not a consideration for.
Not a consideration. Does the post office in Ryland make a profit? We've talked about a profit here and non-profit. Does it make a profit? Does the Ryland Post Office? Of course, you know I know the answer to that.
And I don't like to get into facility bottom line issues, but is it in a negative? No.
So you would close a profit-making post office?
And
you would consider
yes.
closing a profit
Yes.
making post office
Yes.
in lieu of a post office that may not make a profit. Is that
We don't
correct?
consider the bottom line.
I didn't think so. Thank you.
And we can't. That's the point.
Did you not say earlier that convenience is not a consideration?
No, the question that the lady had was, do we consider, subdivisions and things like that as part of the process? We don't look at a facility and say, well, there's 5 subdivisions in a particular area, therefore we're not going to do it. But it is part of the study to say, what's the community made of? What's there?
Right.
So that is part of the study. But it's not something that we say, well, there's 5 subdivisions around a post office, take that off the table.
Why would you not?
It's because it's not part of our feasibility study. Our feasibility study is, as an operations, if it's feasible for us to consolidate into another facility and get rid of fixed costs.
So it is the bottom line, basically.
Yeah, I think that the lady asked me that before. Overall, it is a fiscal decision. We just can't identify an office based on its bottom line.
Okay.
So I know that's kind of weird, but yes.